coming to you live from the Araneta Coliseum for the continuing live and exclusive coverage of UAAP Season 79 Women's Volleyball Tournament. And earlier today in match number 31, UST defeats the University of the East in straight sets to bring us and set us up for the second game of our Saturday doubleheader, which is match 32 of Season 79 of the Women's Volleyball Tournament. A short turnaround for these two teams as they meet each other again. The last time was Feb 26, and now they meet each other to kick off their second round campaigns. Talking about the proverbial Battle of Katipunan, the Ateneo Lady Eagles and the UP Lady Maroons on SNA HD, Channel 166, and all over the world via TFC.TV. Hello and good afternoon. We welcome you to our broadcast, and thank you very much for watching us for this exciting volleyball tournament that we're having. It's proving to be the most unpredictable in recent years. Boom Gonzalez together with Anne Remulla Canda, of course, to complete today's broadcast team. As usual, Denise Densay will be reporting for the league leading Ateneo, while Nina Alvia will report for the team that wants to snap the three-game losing skid. It's good to see again the girls. We meet again after almost a week, and this game very crucial, obviously, for UP. They want to break that losing skid. Ateneo wants to keep rolling, and this is the team that actually started the losing skid of UP. And
exactly. So for today, actually, a lot of things to prove also for the UP squad. What they want, like what you mentioned, is to put a stop to their losing streak. And today will really be a test to how they will respond to the way Ateneo is playing.
They don't want to start their second round the way their first round ended, which is with a loss. Let's give you a bigger picture, an overall picture of where these two teams stand as they kick off their second round assignments. Anne.
Well, Ateneo comfortably seated at the #1 spot at 6 wins and 1 loss. On the other hand, the UP Lady Maroons at 4-3 at this point in this season. And of course, what they want if they do win this match against Ateneo is to tie it with NU and UST. Pero itong Ateneo, of course, as we go deeper into this season, what they want is to protect their lead, keep themselves at the #1 spot, and if possible, boom, keep themselves with that 1 loss in their record lang.
Which was against National University. That was the lone loss of Ateneo so far in the tournament. Now, we said this is the second time they're meeting each other. The first round encounter was February 26 at the arena in San Juan. A jam-packed arena. Remember the atmosphere there.
Yeah.
Deafening noise in that game. So much hype leading up to that game because, again, you were talking about an Ateneo team and then going up against an undefeated team at that time at 4-0. But it did not come out the way a lot of people expected, regardless of who you were rooting for. It ended in 3 quick sets.
Exactly. So it came as a surprise to a lot of the people. As you can see the numbers here, what had transpired on that day, it was a clear domination by Ateneo all throughout the 3 sets that they had played. And if you look at the different skill departments, you'll see that Ateneo also led across, spiking, blocking services, and in that match, siguro may halong nervous and pressure also with UP. They committed a lot more errors than Ateneo did.
They outserviced the best serving team at that time. UP had a lot of reception problems, and Ateneo at that time was led by Bea De Leon and Joanna Maraganot with 11 points apiece. And they also, as we said, they're coming into the second round off a win against their arch rivals, and that was a very emotional win for them, especially when you talk about the first 2 sets of that 4-set win against the defending champions.
Definitely, LaSalle was actually leading at the start of those first 2 sets, but it was a good comeback for Ateneo. It was all about their end game. They were performing and really delivering when it mattered the most. In those two first sets.
Well, you'll see the numbers and how Ateneo defeated LaSalle in that end of the first round encounter in 4 sets. Again, first 2 sets were extended 26-24, but it was if you were there, and it was a shock the way the first two sets ended,
Yeah.
because it seemed like LaSalle was rolling till the end, but they just couldn't put away this Ateneo squad in the first two sets.
That's right. And, in the end, looking at the different skill departments, it was actually Ateneo that outspiked DLSU's. They scored more. It was just that in terms of blocking and services, this is where LaSalle led. But if in
Right.
terms of scoring, like offense, Ateneo was there all the way. It was made difficult for DLSU.
Well, it was. You're talking about the number one offensive team in the league, and they were led by Mitch Morentes, 25 points, and Kat Tolentinos, 18 points. Big numbers by those two girls, although they would always say, of course, it was a team effort for them to win against their arch rivals. All right, speaking of being number one in offense, and how would you rank or how would you rate the performance of Ateneo after the first round, especially when we break it down in numbers?
Well, so far, for the Ateneo squad, a lot of people have been talking about how this year will be tough for them because of the loss of Eliza Valdez. But I think what we're seeing from the team is that they're really holding the fort. You see people really stepping up,
Right.
and yun nga, it really shows in the stats that they have to date. So you mentioned earlier how they're the number one offensive team. So that's actually very good. But I think maganda rin yung distribution, no?
Spread.
How it's really spread out, and you'll see that pagdating dun sa score per player. And if you look at the different skill departments, again, they're either, they're in the top 5. Probably the only two things that, where they're falling short could be, but not even falling short, kung saan lang sila medyo malayo is digging and reception. But all the rest, they are actually part of the top 5.
Which really highlights the fact that they're 6-1, despite being number 6 and 7 in digging and receiving. And if you know Coach Tai, obviously going into the second round, he would want to work on that and maybe climb up the rankings in those departments. All right, let's listen to an interview conducted by Denise Densai earlier with Kat Tolentino, who, as we mentioned, had 18 points in that matchup against LaSalle. Let's see what she has to say.
Hi, Kat. So how was your first Ateneo LaSalle game?
It was a really exciting experience. I'm super happy with the win and just the fact that we were able to work as a team. And of course, it was better than I could have ever expected.
So you ended round 1 on a high note, being the player of the game last week. Now coming into round 2, what are the improvements you should do as a player?
For me, I think I should work on my defense maybe and just really just improving on every aspect, because right now I think there's still so much to improve every game, and hopefully as round 2 progresses, I'll be able to do that.
Okay, so is there anyone you want to say hi, especially your family?
I just want to say hi to my Papa Maning in Mindoro. He watches every game, so hi.
Okay, balik sa inyo, Boom and Ann.
Thank you very much, Denise, and good luck to her. Good luck to the whole family, and good luck to their side of things as they go for win number 7 today here at the Big Dome. Now, let's talk about the other team right now on the other side of the net, the team that is struggling after winning 4 straight to open the tournament. They've lost 3 straight, and now they open the second round minus a player in Pia Geyser, who went down with an ACL injury. It's already confirmed. And she will be she will go through surgery on Monday, and it's great to see Princess in high spirits. I'm sure the fans and the players are happy to see Pia Geyser, such a obviously charming personality and player, and well loved here in the volleyball community. But yes, the fact is they are down 1 player. They're going to be playing with 1 libero throughout the rest of the tournament, and that will be Justin Doron. They're coming off a heartbreaking loss against the National U Lady Bulldogs in this game. Their first 2 sets, they'd rather forget that. And then an emotional 3rd and 4th set that got them going and got the crowd really into it. But in the 5th set, they came up short against NU.
Oh, that's right. In this match, actually, Boom, it was really tight. It was, like what you said, very emotional. Pero yun nga, no, nagkulang ng push ang UP in that match. Looking at the different skill departments, UP actually did better in terms of offense. They tied NU when it comes to blocking. Service ace is a little bit behind, but they did more errors. They actually committed more errors in that match against NU. And yun siguro yung kailangan nila tignan. No? We've counted actually in that match. We've had a chance to cover that, and we were counting the number of service errors that they committed. At yun nga, talagang yun yung naging problema nila in that game.
Especially in those first two sets.
Yes.
And we really have to give credit to both teams. Kumapit yung UP in sets number 3 and 4. Kumapit yung NU in set number 5. They were down in that set. And if you remember, and came back to sweep the rug off the feet of the UP Lady Maroons, who had, you know, a great production from players like Buitre, Carlos, and Tiamzon. All right, after the first round, where do we see UP when it comes to the numbers, Anne?
Well, looking at this UP squad, what we're seeing, syempre, nakikita natin yung isang biggest weakness nila, Boom, actually is in blocking. But if you talk about service aces, which is what they lacked in that last match against NU, actually pinaka-magaling sila. If we may say, the ranked number 1 when it comes to services here so far in the season. In terms of offense, they're ranked number 4. So hindi naman, they're not that far behind as a team. In blockings though, something to work on. Number 7, setting is there. But digging and reception, ito yung strength nitong team na to. Number 3 and number 2 in these skill departments. But again, it will be a question now that they're missing Pia Geiser for the rest of the season. So a lot of pressure also, no, for UP to maintain their rankings and also perform better here in the second round.
And that will be tested today, especially against the number 1 offensive team. Their receptions and their digs. Talking about the UP Lady Maroons. 18 points from Carlos the last time out, 15 points from Nicole Tianzon, but Jerry Yee was very happy because Marian Buitre was the surprise package in that matchup with 20 big points, and she sat down with Nina Alvia. Let's listen to that interview.
So Marian, after seeing Pia Geiser's injury in the first set, how was the team able to refocus and bounce back and even make it all the way to the 5th set?
This is not the first time naman that it happens sa team yung with injuries sa game. Like before si Cathy nagka-ACL din siya. So parang for me, medyo nag-focus kami on our strengths rather than our weaknesses. Like focus tayo kung ano yung nandyan rather than kung ano yung wala tayo.
So anong dapat gawin naman ng team to step up the second round?
Like yun nga, sinasabi ni Coach Jerry sa amin, di kami pumunta dito para manalo, di kami pumunta dito para matalo. We came here to play. So, yun, as long as we play right, kahit manalo kami or matalo kami, walang problema.
Thank you, Marian, at good luck mamaya. Back to you, Boom and Ann.
Well, I think the message there of Coach Jerry Yee to Marian Buitre and the rest of the crew, and is to lessen the pressure that has been building up in the whole first round for the UP Lady Maroons. Marian Buitre, as you said, 20 points on 11 spikes, 4 kill blocks, 5 aces, and she will be big again today if she will get some court time against Ateneo. Now, let's talk about matchups. Who are we choosing for this one, Anne?
Well, the person who performed in their last match against La Salle, of course, Kat Tolentino, and one of the most bankable players here in UP, Isa Molde. Looking at their numbers here, see Tolentino with 56 attack points, Molde with 46, blocking 8 for Molde, 6 for Kat Tolentino, but service aces, kita natin dito Molde 9 points, Kat Tolentino at 1.
There's not much talk going into this matchup as compared to that first round matchup, so we will see how these two teams will respond in this game. Coach Tai, Coach Jerry, ready to lock horns for match number 32 here on SNA.
We're live from the Big Dome, the Araneta Coliseum on SNA for match number 32 in the Women's Volleyball Tournament of your Season 79 UAAP. It is episode 2 of the Battle of Katipunan. Officiating this match, our first referee, Fernando Velarde, national referee. Our second referee, Mark Anthony Santos, national referee. Let us now meet the starters, beginning with the Ateneo de Manila Lady Eagles. Number 10, Kat Tolentino. Number 3, Michelle Morente. Number 17, Maddie Matayag. Number 14, Bea De Leon. Number 15, Joanna Maraginot. Team captain number 12, Gia Morado. The starting libero, number 7, Giselle Tan. And the head coach of the Lady Eagles, Anuson Taipunde. And now, here are the starters for the UP Fighting Lady Maroons. Number 11, Ellie Buitre. Number 18, Tots Carlos. Number 19, Nicole Tiamson. Number 8, Kathy Bersola. Team captain number 17, Ayel Estraniero. Number 10, Isa Molde. Their starting libero number 13, Justin Dorog. And the head coach of the Fighting Lady Maroons, Jerry Yee.
Here we go, the starting lineups for both UP and Ateneo, and the obvious change, Ali Buitre now in that starting lineup. Bersola is there, but Bersola did not get to see a lot of action already towards the end of that National U matchup. As we see, we get things ready for the second game of your Saturday doubleheader. It is Heartstrong versus UP Ikot here at the Big Dome. We're happy to have you with us this great Saturday afternoon. Of course, we will be here tomorrow also, and we'll talk more about the schedule later on. And to get us going are the UP Lady Maroons. It's a captain and the converted center starting us off. First point goes to the Lady Maroons. 25 big points for Mitch the last outing.
Of course, her teammates talked about how her leadership, actually her stepping up in their match against LaSalle really helped the team. Early service error for UP.
Sorry, did I say last outing? Did I say against UP? But 25 points against LaSalle. I was talking about Mitch Morente. Against UP, she had 10 in a spread out game, which was less competitive than what people wanted to see. February 26, 2-1. Ateneo ahead early. Let's check in with Denise Dinsay, find out what she has to say.
Following up on that interview with Kat Tolentino, a lot of people have noticed how she has improved, especially with her spikes, especially her mom and brother. Now, when I talked to her mom, she said she finally improved her spikes because Kat has stopped overthinking when it comes to her form. And even her brother Ben said that though Kat does not get the same elevation as she used to because of her 3 ACL injuries, he still finds it admirable that she has the same fervor and passion for the sport, if not more. No, definitely Kat's journey is far from over, so the audience and fans better stay tuned because as Kat said, there's more to come. Back to you, Boom and Ann.
Well, thank you very much, Denise. Speaking of Kat, she gets the first point there on the setup job from Gia Morado. Let's just put it this way, and let's pray that nobody else gets injured the rest of the way from any other team, because as we always say, we love to see all these teams at full strength going against each other.
Definitely, and we're in the second round, very crucial. We want to see complete teams, all players in good health.
Another chance ball for the Lady Eagles. And they go to Tolentino, who puts it away and gives him a 2-point lead at 4-2. Morado, as usual, doing a great job distributing as we check in with Nina Alvia.
Boomen and UP did not allow the first round to end without a fight. It was definitely evident that they were definitely mature, and it was required for them to adapt to the situation as one of their seniors suffered an ACL injury early in the first set. Sabi ko nga sa last game that Pia Geiser was supposed to be the only libero and Justin Dorad was supposed to be the spiker. But after the extreme mishap, Justin stepped up as libero despite preparing himself to spike even without coach's orders. Head coach Jerry Yee is really proud of everything senior Pia Geiser has been able to contribute to the Fighting Maroons. And even if Pia had to leave the UAAP that day, she still attends training and is still watching the game and is actually set to have her surgery on Monday. Her strength serves as an inspiration not only to her teammates but to all student athletes who do their craft for something greater than themselves, but for the school and the sport itself. Boomen Ann?
You know, Nina, we were talking about this in production earlier. Justin wasn't even dressed as a libero in that last game until the injury to Pia, so she had to run back and dress up as the libero, and that's going to be the situation now all throughout the tournament, and they're going to run with just one libero, talking about the Lady Maroons. In the meantime, a freeze instant replay here as Ateneo gets its 6th point, and that Tolentino starting out strong. Dorog, perfect reception. Puitre, that is out.
Aiming for that down the line area.
Let's see, you know, earlier in that first round, they kept targeting Molde and Dorog. Ateneo did in the first round. Let's see if that's still the tactic. Twice they've gone to Dorog here. Carlos. That is over the block, and it is off the fingertips, according to referee Fernando Velarde.
Right. Happened right in front of him.
Look at it again. Underhand toss or set. Carlos. And that's the sweep of the finger. It's out. So we get to the technical timeout with Ateneo ahead by 4. We will be back. The chance of one big fight versus UP fight cascading down the Araneta Coliseum as Ateneo leads by 4, 8-4. Gia Morado, the former best setter and now captain of the Lady Eagles after round 1.
One of the strong assets, of course, of Coach Tai Bundit, as you can see, ranked number 1 in terms of her setting duties, but likewise, ganun din pagdating sa service area.
I asked this to Mosey last time. I'll ask you, Anne. How do you explain her being, as you see another point here off the service ace, how do you explain her to be that kind of a setter? She's number 1 in the ranking. Obviously, she's on her way again, almost, if she keeps it going. But Ateneo's number 6 and 7 in reception bigs.
Well, ang nakikita natin kay Gia, ever since she started, napakasipag niya. And you would see her always running, you know, after the ball. Kahit saan papapunta yung first ball. And I think that really helps. Plus, we always mention how good her peripheral vision is. So, she's able to direct the play. Somehow, kahit hindi eksakto sa kanya, nakakagawa siya ng magandang set for her teammates.
And that's the point that we're trying to make, ano? Despite the reception and digging numbers, Gia is still right there in terms of setting. In the meantime, Ateneo's on a roll here, up by 7, 11-4. What's happening to UPM?
Well, UP right now, quite a number of errors we're seeing from the squad. Not too much aggressiveness also. You can see it in their body language.
Off speed. Corrente got a hand on it. Maraguinot was there. A quick setup and response to Ali Puitre. Finally stops the bleeding. They get the point number 5 here. Puitre to the power kick. combination play. And it all started with the Giselle Tan first ball, leading to the Gatorade spike of the game. Let's see who they're going to target here. And as expected, Molde and Dorog are their targets for the game. It goes through. She finds a crack in the wall. And good enough for an 8-point lead for Joe Maraginot and the rest of the Lady Eagles. And Coach Jerry will call a timeout here.
Atake natin, bagal. Yung gigil mag-relax. Yung pitik, wala. Okay? Sige lang, okay naman yung first ball natin. Ayusin natin. Ayusin mo naman yan. Ha? Diba? Sige na, laro tayo. Nasa game tayo.
Coach Jerry, walang pitik. Si former Lady Eagles champions. May Pajima, of course. Former finals MVP. So, walang pitik daw yung laro nila. Parang walang sigla. Anong ibig sabihin ni Coach Jerry?
Right. Alam mo, that time out was just specifically to get his team to snap out of it. Ang sinabi lang niya, kailangan ng, I guess, konting lakas, konting flair when it comes to their offense. A bit of aggressiveness is what they're lacking at this point in time.
They go back to Morgan. Wala talagang pumitik to. This one's out though.
Right now, UP of course cannot wait for Ateneo to commit these errors to get them the points. They need to really
get their own.
And you know, they can't let Ateneo get such a big lead. Dahil added pressure yun on their end.
Like it. Gia finding a spot on the 1-2 play.
Coverage is also not as tight for UP, at least so far here in the first set.
Sa harap, ano? Nakakalusot.
A lot of the returns from Ateneo, they're unable to keep that up.
Gia jumps on. Arsola unable to put it away, so it's Ateneo's third. Good hand there by Estraniero. From the back row, Carlos rolls it to the other side. From the back row, also the push from Tolentino. Ayel. Bersola. Too close to the net, and that's out. 7-point lead. Battle of the center captains for both teams. Good serve, but Morente again able to dive. This one's out. Oh, it's in. Sorry, check that. Fernando Velasco check with the linesman. Look at that. And again, credit that to Morente. Just able to keep the ball in play. That's right. That's very much it. But it's a service error for her. So that's how UP's getting some of its points right now.
Mostly off the errors of Ateneo.
Graduating Nicole Chunzo. Ooh. Sails out. So second technical timeout. And Ateneo's ahead by 8, 16-8. We're back inside the Araneta Coliseum where UP is trailing by its biggest deficit, 8 points. This is what we were talking about, the top of the coverage. She starts today talking about Ali Buitre. And the numbers across the board. 11 spikes, 4 kill blocks, served well too, and because of her, Bersola not getting a lot of court time, or as much court time as she is used to. That is the bright spot from that loss against National U, as Doro gets the first ball. Carlos and Maraginot. I don't know, was that going out, Ann?
Seemed like it was going out. Lucky for Carlos.
Carlos just has some raw power. When she swings, it's just raw. Good serve. The former UP captain gets a service ace. And a PLDT Ultra Fun serve by the #1 serving team after the first round.
And this
They
is what
need more of that.
this is what we're talking about kung sinasabi natin. They need to create those points. And even at the service line, if they can get those points, they should try
Kung hindi man, at least pahirapan talaga yung first ball, ano?
to break the play of Ateneo.
So they're getting a little mini run here from a deficit of 8. It's down to 5. 3 straight points. And the UP faithful pretty happy about the development here after the technical timeout. Short serve this time. Oh, what a setup. But I want a reply by UP. But this time, what's the call?
Net violation.
Sumabit.
Oo. May konting eagerness. Well, they were all at the net.
Let's look at that again.
There you go.
The waste of their run. As Morente comes up with a sharp serve. Estraniera to Butre. And she puts it away. Wow. She pounded that ball in that sequence. And look at the setup and the toss by Estraniera. Perfect for McCree's instant replay.
Excellent timing for Buitre. And then a quick play. Ganun kabilis dapat ang execution.
This time it's with UP again. Chance ball again. They open up to Molde. Cross court. And UP down by 4. Here comes the run.
Their fans are very much alive.
Yan ang sinasabi ni Coach Jerry. May pitik ng konti yung laro ngayon. May pitik.
And you feel it, ano? Pag release ng spike, pag set pa lang ng bola, you feel the energy.
Right. And again, another good serve. And another chance ball here for UP. They choose Buitre. Oh, she babied it. She had the right intention,
Well, hindi nagtugma yung set at yung pasok ng Buitre.
Migueliana will come in to serve, obviously. Service specialist. 5-point lead for the Lady Eagles. This time in the middle, she was trying to do it again, but Tan was there! What a response by the Leon! Boy, these two teams giving the Araneta Coliseum crowd a nice treat here on a Saturday afternoon.
Definitely a good exchange. Look at this. Nice quick setup.
That's too much. A little too ambitious on that one.
She was already facing that angle and still sent the ball straight.
So the lead is back to 7 and Coach Jerry will call another timeout.
Guys, may isip naman tayo, hindi na natin makonvert ng maayos. Akasan mo na lang yung ayaw ni set ni Allen. Pag malayo sa required, habayin mo na lang, ha? Ha? Wala na, hindi na pala. Wala, malayo pa yan. Kapit lang tayo, ha? Kapit lang, ha? Those quarters.
Coach Jerry pointing at assistant coach Katrina Kite Delara to handle this timeout. He does that every now and then.
Yep. Well, let's see how the players respond. They've had a good run. Ano? Nakahabol sila. They've had several points.
The biggest lead of the set was at 8. Molde in the middle, set back. Back to Molde. Puts it away on a broken play. There is a myriad of individual talent in these two teams.
And what's nice is that we're really seeing as Molde scores that point.
PLDT Ultra Fun serve. They need more of that to come back.
But, you know, Boom, the good thing that we're seeing now from both these teams is good distribution in terms of the plays, in terms of the sets.
Chance for UP. They open up to Nicole. Coverage was there. Underhand to Carlos from behind. Hekiliana with a dig. Maraguinot with the angle. That's out. The question here for UP, is the deficit too big for them to make a comeback in the first set? Ginawa ng paraan. Kamay angulo ng kamay.
Pero dalawa yan eh. Even Morado had to run after that ball.
Tremendous. She, as usual, spectacular play for her. And she goes back. Look at, that's what I mean. And that underhand, that big pass to Maraguinot was still perfect. And Maraguinot, of course, does something about it. This is the one.
Gotta score the point.
Open to Tiamzon. She was underneath the ball, and that lead will balloon back to 8. 23-15.
And that's the thing with UP here in the first set. They're lacking consistency. You see sparks here and there, but they're unable to just, you know, sustain it.
Now we are at set point. Buitre. They're stimming it to the net. Good news for the Lady Maroons. This is only set number 1, but this has been now the familiar theme in the last few games for them. In this losing streak. Slow starting. Tiamzon. They open again to Jo, who puts it away. And in the process, Hawkins set number 1. Gia Morado's fingerprints all over set number 1. And
Literally delivering the plays for Ateneo. Regardless of whether they get a good first ball or not, she finds a way to set up a good play.
they win by 10 points in set number 1. Set number 2 coming up.